Attorneys for inmates at Guantanamo Bay say they've been banned from bringing up the subject of torture in court, and they also claim that a number of other legal restrictions are stopping them from building a proper defense in cases that could result in the death penalty. So those issues are set to be discussed at a pre-trial hearings for 5 inmates accused of masterminding and launching the September 11 attacks. And they were scheduled to start today but were delayed until Thursday due to a train crash in Baltimore, which disrupted the internet connection to Guantanamo. President Obama pledged to shut down the notorious prison years ago, but has never lived up to that promise. RT's Marina Portnaya reports.
As the saying goes, everyone remembers their first.
Guantanamo will be closed no later than 1 year from now.
And U.S. President Barack Obama's first executive order delivered on a promise cemented over the years.
As president, I will close Guantanamo, reject the Military Commissions Act, and adhere to the Geneva Conventions. I've said repeatedly that America doesn't torture, and I'm going to make sure that we don't torture.
Nearly 4 years after America's change took office, 168 detainees are still being held at Guantanamo, awaiting their day in court before a military commission. But even then, the Obama administration will not allow them to testify about the alleged torture and harsh interrogation techniques some claim to have suffered.
According to the government, there is no scope to admit into evidence the defendant's account of his torture in the course of treatment. The government's justification for that is that disclosing that information in open court could be damaging to U.S. national security interests.
At a pretrial hearing at Guantanamo Bay, the defense attorneys will challenge U.S. secrecy rules and a litany of other restrictions that experts say undermine the right of detainees to receive a fair trial.
A defense counsel may want to communicate or send a letter, provide them current updates on news information to inform them of certain things that may apply to their case. And every one of those pieces of correspondence is then run through a vetting system where the government is reviewing all of that to determine whether or not it's proper material. The confidences are being contaminated directly by the U.S. government.
Over the years, the U.S. military has gone as far as dosing detainees with high levels of psychotropic drugs. According to reports released by the Pentagon, Gitmo prisoners were forced to take mind-altering drugs, often against their will, before being interrogated. A story first broken by Truthout's lead investigative reporter, Jason Leopold.
What the Inspector General said is that detainees were interrogated while they were on drugs that is known to produce or will end up producing unreliable information. So then you have the government going into the D.C. Circuit, and arguing that all of the detainees' statements are true.
Critics accuse Obama of following in the footsteps of his predecessor, George W. Bush, by continuing a system that revolves around censoring defendants in the name of national security.
This is not a legitimate process. How do you prosecute someone 10 years after the crime when you've had full control of their body and the evidence for that entire period of time?
Nearly 11 years following the September 11th attacks, the U.S. Military Commission is set to hear the first set of arguments in preparation for the trial of 5 suspects. The U.S. president, meanwhile, is campaigning for his second term, apparently forgetting about the monumental promise he made when beginning his first. Marina Portnaya, RT, New York.